Lynn at home. Today we read chapter 7. Believe it or not, God's promises hadn't gone anywhere. In fact, God kept on making more promises all the time. God promised that the snake crusher, Abraham's child, Judah's lion, David's son, would come from Bethlehem. God promised he would be born of a virgin. God promised a messenger to prepare the way. God promised that the deliverer would die and live again and be a light to the nations. God promised lots of amazing things. But Israel was too busy disobeying God's commands and ignoring God's warnings to notice. God sent miraculous prophets like Elijah and Elisha, and rebuking prophets like Amos and Malachi, and sad prophets like Jeremiah, and good news prophets like Isaiah. It didn't matter which ones God sent or how many, the people never listened. Not for very long anyway. And so one day it happened. God stopped sending the prophets. No more warnings, no more direction, no more word from the Lord, only silence for 400 years. God had sent prophets, priests, and kings. He started out with Adam and started over with Noah. He chose Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. He gave Moses the law. He sent Israel judges. He raised up deliverers. He conquered enemies. He provided sacrifices. He lived among his people in a tent and in a temple. God gave them every opportunity and 10,000 chances. But still, sin and the serpent seemed to be winning until all of a sudden they lost. And now we go to Bible Betty.
Thanks, Peaceful Patty. Up to this point in our story, we may start to wonder if God will ever be able to save his people. In chapter 7, we recap God's redemption plan this far. Adam had sinned and was pushed out of the garden. God redeemed one man through Noah, but he sinned too. He then chose Abraham, whose entire family was saved and all his descendants, and he gave Moses the law for us to follow. He had brought his people to the promised land and dwelt among them, and he had appointed leaders and kings to lead them. Yet there was still evil, and sin seemed to be winning. Luckily, this is not the end of the story, so we will see you next time for chapter 8.